I do not remember at all what was going on, but apparently Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute, met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigned supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions of misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. Still don't know what I was doing, but let's check it out. Is that a squid? It's beautiful.
Who goes there?
Whoa. We gotta escape? I thought oh yeah, I already
That
did.
nightmare again. I need a drink.
Preach. Don't know. Where's the bar? Ah, we got some peeps here.
Fine.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Oh, thank goodness. Sun's down. Sun's
How's
out,
our
guns out.
fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look
No.
like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Hmm.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Thumbs up that dude's face.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and
Hope
Sarah
I don't gotta
Hawkins.
find her.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
All right. Pierce, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Hopefully his house wasn't left in shambles. Enter the madness.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well. Look who's here.
Well, look who's here. Right back at you.
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into
Guilty.
her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he?
She just can't
Were
get
you
comfortable,
present
can she?
when he had this attack?
She's just wiggling around.
What happened?
I expected to find you more grief-stricken than this by the death of your husband.
I do not like the tone of your allusion, sir. I had long months to weep every tear in my body, and to accept, if not my fate, at least that of my husband. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you're expecting more hysteria and grieving widow in my voice. Rest assured, however, my anger is real. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
Fine.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Me too.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Ooh, shall we put our point? Oh, we got quite a few points. I think we need to up some of these. Present your... Well, I'm clearly not good at piano. Even though I was forced to play.
Did she really care for him, after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I'm sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his interment, he signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to Thomas.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Oh, I'm feeling a vision.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? The Shambler. I need to see it.
That sounds like a good idea. You're just looking crazy.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
I think there's a phonograph right here.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take anymore.
Oh, you're still talking?
I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
A strange Amerindian pendant. I could use one of those.
I must have some sort of sleeping disorder.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
What's so bad about this painting?
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others.
Ooh.
What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
Oh, that's debatable. Maybe I shouldn't have read the book. Oh, I think I'm taking crazy pills. We're in the gallery. I don't know, maybe I get claustrophobic. I can't stand being in there.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Ooh. Could use a weapon.
The man transforms an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Just thinking, the guy's a little crazy. Not sure what that does. Oh, just filling up my gas tank. Oh, I know that's what I'm supposed to be looking at. Get some more stuff to admire. That's all you have to say? Oh, a little more gas in the tank. There it is, the Shambler. Alright, about to go psycho. It's like a child made it. Salt the painting. What the hell is that? I don't even know what that might be from.
What the hell was that?
Speaking my language, dude. Holy shit. Hello, how you doing? Haha! Light. Oh, this is pull that light. Let's try that again. Yeah. You got it. It's crazy.
What the hell was that? I can't even touch it. No way out. No choice. I must get rid of it.
Yeah, not here. Oh shit, it found me. Oh, I wonder if I have to go find those weapons. Alright, this time.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Go this way. Oh, yeah, fucker. Man.
What the hell was that?
Well, it's nice they finally got some action in this game, I tell ya.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Alright, let's try this. Where you at, dude? Kind of tough doing this. At no point was there combat training.
What the hell was that? Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
His knife. What are you supposed to do with that thing?
What the hell was that?
It's the Shambler, we know.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
He didn't do anything.
What the hell was that?
Ooh.
Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
me if you can! Catch me if you can! Ah! Oh my God. Alright folks, we're gonna have to try this another time. I have no clue what to do.